I believe I'm world class. It'd be anything other than stupid to believe I'm not world class. The fight makes sense, let's get it on.
I want to fight the best. I need to beat you to go on to achieve world honours as well. This is my opportunity to prove all the doubters wrong. You know,
lick him up.
Maybe he'll be shouting lick him up on the night, but we'll have to see and see what he has in his locker come fight night.
This is cards on the table. What does this fight mean to me in my career? It means everything. Like every fight, it's a big opportunity, and coming back off a defeat, the fact that I've been given an opportunity to fight in Manchester, again headlining with a Eubank is a big moment. It's a great domestic fight, and I think these are the fights that excite me the most. So it means everything, and it always will.
I think the public have been calling for big domestic fights like these. You know, I think the public have been starved of these type of matchups. So I'm excited to deliver a beautiful fight.
Yeah, I've said that before. I've said it's okay fighting even world ranked opponents from America that the British fight fans might not have heard of. The fact that we've built up our profiles over here, domestic fights, these are the fights that I certainly get my teeth into and get excited for as well.
I've said I can take Jack Catterall out. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I know what I'm capable of, and you know, on the night it will show. I know that on paper, you know, it might not make sense, but I know what I'm capable of in the ring.
I wouldn't want to face off against anybody that was coming sitting in front of me saying, well, I'll give it a go, we'll see. The fact that you're full of confidence fills me with confidence that we can go in there, do the job, put on a great fight for everybody, so I respect that. Is this my hardest fight to date? Who knows? A lot of questions to be asked from my side in Harlem, so not a question that I can answer, I guess, until after the fight.
Why is now the right time to fight Jack? You're in your prime. You had a slightly lackluster performance last time out, but you know, when you're fighting at the highest level, you know, time and time again, you know, sometimes the performance is going to dip slightly, but you know, we've seen you've taken yourself out to America, and we believe we're getting the best version of Jack Catterall. And that is why the time is now, because you're at your best.
Rank myself in Harlem world class, good, average, then ask him to do the same. I believe I'm world class. I've yet to achieve capturing a world title. I believe it's coming. It'd be anything other than stupid to believe I'm not world class. I say he's above average. He's fought some domestic fights, guys that I fought quite a few years ago, and you beat him. You probably beat him in better style than me. I'd probably set the blueprint for you. But yeah,
I didn't watch your fights against them. But
all right, that's fine then. That's fine. But yeah, I say Harlem's a good fighter.
You know, I think it's one of them where it's all to prove. You should have been undisputed champion, and you know, I've always told you that, and that is the type of fight.
I did check our DMs before the fight was announced to see what was said.
That's it. You know, I'm straight up. You know, if I thought you should have been champion,
I know. I respect that. I respect that.
I want to fight the best. You know, and we selected you because, you know, I think you're the best, and you know, I need to beat you to go on to achieve world honours as well.
See, that's what excites me for this moment, because like myself, I never turned down an opportunity coming through, and we're here now. I've never turned down a fight with anybody, so the fight makes sense. Let's get it on. Who has the bigger ego? I don't know. I like to think I've not got an ego. I guess everybody's got an ego in some respect.
To be in this sport, you need an ego. You know, if you don't have an ego and you're taking yourself to the gym every day to try and be the best fighter in the world, you can't do that without an ego. You know, you have to back yourself. And
but when I'm going to the gym, I'm on my own in the gym. It's just work for me. It's work, work, work. I'm not telling everybody about it every day. It's just
if you're not trying to prove yourself in the sport, you're trying to prove yourself as the best.
I'm trying to prove that to myself. And I'll show everybody July the 5th, but I'm just doing it for me.
Well, you're not going to show everyone on July 5th, but you know,
we'll see.
Even if you're trying to prove it to yourself, you have to have an ego to do that. You can't be in this sport without an ego, and you know, it's your ego that drives you to be the best, and you know, I want to be the best.
Okay, Harlem's got a bigger ego. That's it. That's that one done.
What is this fight my opportunity to do and to prove. This is my opportunity to prove that I will be world champion. You know, Jack is the guy. You know, he is in my way, and he's proven time and time again that he is world class. This is my opportunity to prove all the doubters wrong, and you know, reinforce what I've said, that I will be world champion, and that is not too far away.
Who has more chance of becoming a world champion at 147 pounds, and why? I'm going to say it's me. I believe a victory July the 5th will put me that one step closer. I'm peaking now. I know we're the same age. You 31 as well?
31, but
31.
I started boxing at 22, you know. So
yeah, so you're doing good, you're fresh still, yeah. I live clean, I look after myself, and I believe it's my time.
Yeah, I think Jack's had, you know, a lot of opportunity at world level. I haven't had my opportunity yet, you know, and this is my opportunity. So I plan on taking it with both hands, and yeah, you know, the door's been closed to me for a long time, and you know, I've been kicking it down, and now is my opportunity to prove it at world level. Why does Jack need to move up to 147? You know, 147 is the biggest division in the world right now. This is where all the exciting fights are. For
me, a lot of the 140 fighters have just gone 147. We don't look past Harlem, but these are the fights that is kind of the carrot for us both dangling, being involved in, again, more big fights. So we're in the weight division that's looking good right now.
That's it. We're two guys that want to fight the best in the sport, and the best in the sport are currently at 147 pounds. How does it feel to lose?
I've had the 2 losses on paper. The first time really sucked because, and I'll say it to the day I die, I won that fight. That being said, we can't live in the past. We live in the moment where we are now. The last fight, again, it sucked. I felt I underperformed. No excuses made. I congratulated Barboza on his victory, and I get back to the gym, I rebuild, and come for more victories. Who do I think Harlem's dream opponent at 147 pounds would be? I'm going to say Devin Haney. Devin's a big name in the sport. We're fighting a big name, we know it's big paychecks. Saying that, he's not got a world title, so then we could talk about Boots Ennis, unbelievable. And listen, these are the fights that we all want to be at with the world titles.
That's right. Boots is considered the bogeyman, and that's the type of guy that, you know, I'd like to fight. You know, so I want to fight the best, and that's why we're in the sport. As people, what are our thoughts on each other? Discuss it. I've got nothing against Jack. I respect his achievements in the sport, you know, who he's faced, what he's done, but none of that phases me. You know, at the end of the day, Jack he's just a man, and he's in my way to world title fights, you know, fights that take me to world championship level.
My back's against the wall, I'm coming for a victory to go on and push and become world champion. So as fighters, listen, we sit here today, this is all part of the process. We touch gloves and then it's game on. Can I do an impression of Chris Eubank Sr.?
British boxing royalty, you don't even try and replicate the things that they've achieved, or, you know, it would be...
All right, I won't disrespect him, but I've got a one. Rastafari.
You know,
lick him up.
Maybe he'll be shouting lick him up on the night, but we'll have to see and see what he has in his locker come fight night. Why is it important to maintain the Eubank supremacy ignited by my cousin Chris recently? It's in our blood, it's what we do. And Chris has just showed, after 3 years of waiting to dominate, he showed what it's all about. You know, you have to go in there and teach people a lesson, and that's exactly what he did, and now it's my turn.
Give a detailed explanation of how I beat Harlem on July the 5th. I ain't going to sit here and lay it on the table in front of him. I'm working on that. We've got another, 4, 5, 6 weeks to keep preparing, so I'll keep doing me, you keep doing you.
In true Eubank style, tell Jack how I beat him. Parliamentary procedure. This is, you know, this is why the event is called the Warrior Code. This is in the DNA. This is what we live by. This is what we live by.
I'm going to record it, the Catterall code.
People don't care about that.
It's going to be the Catterall code.
They want to see the Warrior Code.
Yeah,
they want to see.
That's it, the Catterall code.
They want to see another emphatic victory, another quote-unquote step up, and another dominant display, and who knows, it could end in devastating fashion.
Rastafari.